Hey guys, Danielle here, and I'm jumping on to talk about a little bit about my backstory, or like where my love for yoga came from, and then how it even transformed my life, and then allowed me to create a space for people to also then, transform their life. I started yoga at the age of 12. My mom introduced me to yoga, and I was just really doing yoga with her because I wanted to be with my mom. And then my mom introduced me specifically to Baron Baptiste yoga with the VHS. You guys know the good old VHS back in the day. And so I used VHS, and we just did yoga in the living room floor, and it was my time with my mom. And it was also like a great active recovery for me to take care of my body. I was 12, but I played basketball, so I also needed time to like stretch and get grounded in my body again, and I saw the value in yoga with that. And then I kept doing yoga just for fun because it felt really good. And then one day, I did yoga, and I was by myself, and I typically would not want to take Shavasana. I was like, I got other things to do. I have basketballs to shoot. I have like miles to run. I was very active as a child, but then I took Shavasana and I fell asleep. And I woke up, and the credits were going at the end, and then I started waking up, and I started looking around, and I felt like my whole life changed in that time that I actually took Shavasana, and I went outside. The tree sounded different. My dad was mowing the lawn, and I could hear the lawnmower just like in a different way, and I was like, wow, there's something more to this yoga practice. But then I started evolving in my sport of basketball, and also loved to personal train, so I started doing personal training as a profession, group fitness instructor, and then also a massage therapist. So I was working in that industry for a good 6 years, and loved helping people, loved fitness, and somebody's wanting to call. So and then life happened. I was supposed to get married in about 2010, and that wedding got called off, and I was devastated. I could not even like function. I was able to go to work, and I was able to do the things that I needed to do, but I literally felt like the floor was falling. So then I got to my yoga mat. It was the only place that I actually felt like, wow, I feel my hands, I feel my feet on the floor. I'm gonna stay here. I can breathe. I'm okay. And at that time, I was like, I think I need to do more of this yoga practice, more than just like recovery for my sport, or more than, stretching my muscles really. And I would walk by this sign that would say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And it was a sign for teacher training. And I would just stand in front of that sign and be like, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I was like, I think I should do this training. But like in my head, it's like, who to say that I can be a yoga teacher, or why should I do this training? Or is now the time? That's a long time. 200 hours of yoga. Can I even do that? Can I commit to that? And I remember walking past this sign a couple times and just standing in front of it, staring at it, but something stopped me. Like something shifted in my mind, and I was like, I think I need to do that. And I signed up. I did the thing because I really wanted to do teacher training, and I also didn't know if I could afford it, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to make payments. And I started the process of applying. I signed up, and I made payments. Basically because, and I talked to another friend about it, and the way it changed his life, his name is Jack Boken, but the way it changed his life and opened areas in his life that he never thought were possible, I was like, I want that too. I know there's something more to be doing. I know there's something else, not like needed to do to get better or anything, but I just was like yearning, what's the word, yearning for something that I was like, oh, I really want to do something more, quote unquote, with my life. So I signed up for yoga teacher training, and even through it, it's 200 hours. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have the time. I'm still like, working and all that stuff. But the end of it, I accomplished the teacher training. It was 4 weekends in a row, 2 weekends off, 4 weekends in a row, and during that experience, I felt alive. I felt clear in my mind. I felt like I was back into my youth again, and I was really happy. And I created a foundation in my body that was rooted in love, and it helped me heal too, because I was brokenhearted when I started the Darn program. So it really helped me to like love myself, number one, and then also stand in my worth and stand in my own power. So yeah, teacher training, and that's the story a little bit about how I got started with yoga. It continued to transform me in the sense of like, what else can I do? What else is possible? And then I got introduced, goes back to full circle. I got introduced to Baron Baptiste again when I went to his boot camp, which is a level 1 boot camp. Back to my mom again, that she told me, she's like, Danielle, you should do this training. And at that time I was like, why am I doing so many programs and so many trainings? And I was starting to like beat myself up about just doing so many programs, but again, something was pulling me to do that program, and I started to trust that, and I started to do the things that I'm pulled to do the things that I'm drawn to, that my heart is saying like, I'm not sure why, and I want you to go do this. So the transformation program of that 200-hour teacher training showed me that there's no end, but there's continued growth, and there's continued transformation, and anything is really possible. So I went to Baron's boot camp, the level 1, and that was the time where it literally clicked. Everything I've done at that point like landed in my body, and I felt at home. I felt super clear and grounded, and at that week, it was in August 2013, 12 or 13, I lose track of time, though. I was like, I want to open a yoga studio, and yeah, at that time I had no idea how to do it, and I was just putting it out there. Like, I put it out there with clarity, with confidence, because I wanted to bring this practice to as many people as possible, and I got so much out of it. That's like, it's also my like duty to bring it to as many people as possible. So that's a little bit about my backstory, and the takeaway from that one is just to continue to follow your heart and listen to it, trust it, and also know that like when you align up to your heart and take that action, that good things continue to happen. And when the bad things do happen, say worry or doubt or fill in the blank, I don't know if I can do this anymore, you feel that too. Like, it was through my broken heart that opened up, I was able to see this door, and I took the action to open it and go down it. Because if I had a broken heart and I didn't take that action, I would have just been a puddle on the floor. Versus, okay, I am a puddle on the floor, and I'm going to take some action to help myself. And through helping myself, I'm now able to really support and be there for others. And I just support anybody else who is interested in learning more about yoga. Get to your mat. It's one thing that I can guarantee will always be there for you. I snap about it, but it will. It's one thing, like, no matter what's happening in your life, your mat will be there. Your mat will be your best friend, whether it's doing child's pose for 5 minutes or doing a whole practice for 90 minutes. That your yoga mat will always be there for you. It's the best mirror. It's a place to continue to take responsibility for yourself, and then continue to be a stand and set an intention for what you want to create in your life. So I'm forever grateful for my mom, who introduced me to this practice and continued to push me along the journey of yoga. And now we're like hand in hand. We're literally like skipping forward in it. So my 2 takeaways for you with this share is for you guys to listen to your heart, follow the pull, like the pull that it's pulling you towards something, and then go thank somebody in your life that has supported you along your path, whatever that has looked like. Yeah, just go maybe give them even a high five or thank you for your support. It's a little bit about me. Until next time, I hope you all have a fabulous night.